I'm Chetna Teckchandani, a graphologist, and I'm going to read an audio-video book which is there on Amazon Kindle and it's called a Thin Mind Map book. Let's look at the laws of mind mapping. Now, to go through the technical part, this part will acquaint you with all the laws of mind mapping. What better way to acquaint you with the laws of mind mapping than through a mind map itself? Please see the mind map on mind map laws, that is mind map number 2. Firstly, these are rules made by humans and you are one. If you find better rules, please follow them. There is no such thing as the gospel truth. Second, always decide the time and objective of a mind map before making a mind map. You have already been exposed to 2 mind maps in this book so far. So you intuitively know most mind map laws already, but there's always a huge benefit in doing things in a structured way. So let us look at each law in detail. First, use blank paper. Papers with lines are boring because they are straight lines. Not a single thing in nature is straight. Not one organism or structure, and we are natural animals. Hence, we like organic shapes. Straight lines imply rigidity, are horrible to look at, boring and brain shutting. Second, landscape format. Use paper, ideally at least A3 size, in the landscape format and not the portrait format. Why? Because this way you can expand out on both sides easily. In portrait, you will immediately hit the edges of the page. One observation you may have made in all words written in this pic are horizontal with a max tilt of 45 degrees. All the more reason to use paper horizontally rather than vertically. Third, start at the center, because that is how the brain thinks. It thinks of an image near the center of a virtual visual field and explodes out as happened in the apple example. So if your thoughts left a visible trace, they would look like mind maps. It is literally like a snapshot of your thinking. Fourth, think of the central image as the cover of your book. The cover should be visual, colorful, and it should mention the title of the book. The sixth one is start at the 1 o'clock position. This is a rule as it comes intuitively for right-handed people. If you're left-handed, feel free to start at 11 o'clock. Sixth, branches move from thick to thin. The first branch coming out of the central image should be thick. 2 reasons for this. The first word emanating out of the mind map is like the chapter heading in a book. The thick line literally underlines the importance of the idea, the same way in a normal book a chapter heading would be represented by thicker, bigger or different font. The rest of the branches emanating from the first branch should be thin compared to the first branch. Seventh point, length of the word should be equal to the length of the line, and the pic should fit in proportionately. 8. Use color. Ensure each branch is of a different color to segregate ideas. Color can also be used for coding. Example, you may use a red font for critical ideas spread all over the map and have a key at the bottom that says red is equal to critical ideas. 9. Everything is a mind map. In a mind map is connected. Branches are connected to each other literally, so you know what has led to what. Images are related to the words or ideas and branches because they are close to the keyword. There should not be any confusion as to which image belongs to which keyword. 10th, use one word per line. We have to condense information as much as possible because if we are to retain it, we have to review it. Reviewing a lot of information again and again is not viable. Also, one word gives rise to a lot of association, so it is preferable. Example, Black Widow gives rise to a lot of associations, but black on its own and widow on its own added together give rise to more number of associations. 11th, use images throughout. Use as many images as you can. Don't bother about how they look. The process of thinking about what to draw and drawing it impacts learning and memory in a critically useful way. Nice to have. Sign off every mind map with your signature and the date. Now that you know why mind maps are critical to good thinking and ultimately a good life, and you know all the laws of mind mapping, let's look at other things.